journals. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing this event. The segment ahead is getting started, as said by Mark Twain. Now we would like to start our first presentation titled Long-Acting Olanzapine. I would like to call presenters for today Dr. Prakriti Pradhan, second year psychiatry resident and second presenter is Dr. Kamal Bhandari, who is first year resident at Gandhiki Medical College, and third presenter is Dr. Robinka Pantal, who is also first year resident at Gandhiki Medical College. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chairperson, teachers, fellow residents, and dear guests. I'm Dr. Prakriti Pradhan, second year resident of Department of Psychiatry and Mental Health of Gandhiki Medical College, Teaching Hospital. I, along with my colleagues, Dr. Kamal Bhandari and Dr. Robinka Pantal, will be presenting on the topic, a new kid on the block, long-acting Olanzapine. This is the overview of our presentation. I'll be now starting with the introduction. Antipsychotics, also known as neuroleptics, are a class of psychotropic medication primarily used to manage psychosis. They alter the brain chemistry to help reduce psychotic symptoms like hallucination, delusion, and disordered thinking. The goal of prescribing antipsychotics should be to maximize the effectiveness of antipsychotics to help the patient to live the kind of life that he or she wants. The medication will work well and will be tolerated well enough, but granted that the patient has to take it. There are many factors which leads to the poor adherence of antipsychotic medication. It may be due to the patient lacking insight into the classification of long-acting injectable antipsychotics are shown in the slide. Among these, fluphenazine, haloperidol, zolpidem are the first generation antipsychotics, and risperidone, olanzapine, and paliperidone are the second generation antipsychotics that are available in India, whereas only olanzapine is currently available in Nepal under the trade name Tolaz LA. The characteristics of long-acting olanzapine palmoate. Olanzapine palmoate is synthesized by the esterification of active drug to long-chain fatty acid dissolved in a vegetable oil. It is released as a salt and it dissociates into olanzapine and palmoic acid. A depot is injected in the area of the body from where the medication can be stored and can be distributed at temperature that is 15 to 30 degrees centigrade and does not require refrigeration. Characteristics. The olanzapine plus palmoic acid is insoluble in water, is crystalline. Palmic salt is used to decrease the solubility. Extended delivery, long-acting up to 4 weeks, excreted unchanged, and it is palmic acid is not pharmacologically active. It has been approved by FDA in 2009 and by the European Medicine Agency 2008, as well as the Drug Controller General of India in 2015. Olanzapine exerts its action primarily on dopamine D2 receptors in the mesolytic pathway as an antagonist, blocking the dopamine from potential action at the postsynaptic receptor. The effect on the D2 receptor leads to decrease in positive symptoms including hallucination, delusion, disorganized speech. In the tuberoinfundibular pathway, it leads to decrease in EPS. Similarly, the effect of olanzapine on serotonin on the mesolytic pathway decreases negative symptoms, including anhedonia, poor attention, and amotivation. Similarly, there are other guidelines which recommend injectable antipsychotics. American Psychiatric Association, Canadian Clinical Practice Guidelines, Australian and New Zealand College of Psychiatrists Guidelines, and NICE Guidelines all recommend to use injectable antipsychotics if the patient prefers such treatment or they have a history of poor or if there is uncertain adherence. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to Dr. Kamal Bhandari, my fellow resident.
My seniors, colleagues, I would like to explain related to long-acting injection. Currently, there are preparation for Olanzapine palmate. There are three preparation formulations that are available. That is, it comes with 200 mg, 300 mg, and 405 mg. That is according to the guidelines, and it is available as 2 lakhs a day currently in Nepal. The like to explain pharmacodynamics of Olanzapine palmate. The Tmax for Olanzapine palmate is 1 week, which is for the oral Olanzapine and intramuscular Olanzapine dose, it is 6 hours for Olanzapine oral and 30 minutes for intramuscular injection. The half-life of Olanzapine palmate is 30 days, which is long-acting injectable, and for Olanzapine oral it's 24 hours, and it is safe for Olanzapine intramuscular injection. The metabolism of Olanzapine palmate generally occurs at the liver via global integration and utilizing cyclophosphamide P450 enzyme, which is also safe for Olanzapine oral and intramuscular injection. The excretion of Olanzapine palmate occurs through urine. 57% of the metabolites come through the urine, and 20% comes to the feces, which is same as Olanzapine oral and intramuscular injection. I would like to explain the patient kit that the convenience kit that is available in the market. There is a vial of the preparation or medication that is Olanzapine palmate that comes in a 5 ml vial. It is a powder, comes for suspension, and also a 3 ml vial that is a dilute vial. The preparation, the convenience it comes with 3 needles of 90 days. It is 1.5 inch in diameter. And also it comes with the statement what should we do further, and the buy these first use only. These are the facts or the things that we should remember before using the formulation. Regarding the reconstitution of the drug, we should first loosen powder by lightly tapping the vial, as I have shown in the figure. We should lightly tap the vial and loosen the powder from the bottle, and we should open pre-packaged academic infusion device. Then we draw predetermined dilute bottle into the syringe. Then we should inject dilute into the powder vial, and we draw air equalized pressure in vial by pulling back slightly in the syringe and remove the needle from the vial. Explain later. This table also describes the dosing and the volume, dosing and volume proportion of the drug. For 1 ml of, if we want to inject 150 mg of Olanzapine palmate, we should take 1 ml from the vial. For 210 mg, it's 1.4 ml, and for 300 mg, 2 ml, and for 405 mg, we should take 2.7 ml from the vial. As you can see in the figure, the long-acting injectable equivalent Olanzapine will be for first 8 weeks is 210 mg 2 weeks, or 405 mg for 4 weeks. And for the maintenance dose, after 8 weeks, we should use 150 mg for 2 weeks, or 300 mg for 4 weeks. Similarly, if the equivalent dose of oral equivalent dose is 50 mg per day, the equivalent long-acting injectable dose should be 300 mg for 2 weeks. And the maintenance dose for the 8 weeks should be from oral Olanzapine dose. As we have to establish tolerability with oral Olanzapine, and for this we should stabilize the patient with oral Olanzapine dose of 10 mg, more than 10 mg, for at least 4 to 8 weeks. Then, if you are using long-acting injectables, the theory suggests that the paper actually suggests that most of the medication with Olanzapine is required. As Olanzapine long-acting as immediate or antipsychotics to long-acting Olanzapine dose. Which, as I mentioned there, 56% patients who were on other antipsychotics were switched not available. This is the oral Olanzapine long-acting injectable Olanzapine dose for 210 mg. This is in Nepal rupees. It's 1800 rupees for 300 mg. So I would like to hand over this mic to my colleague for further presentation. Thank you.
Injectable Olanzapine. Contraindications of this long-acting injectable olanzapine is hypersensitive to active substance or any other agents and may have symptom headache, sedation, cough, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, back pain, somnolence, increased appetite and weight gain. Are dizziness, confusion, slurred speech, altered gait, weakness, agitation, occurrence duration, potential for injection, occurrence rate according to Nepal et al. 2010 post-injection diabetes syndrome in patients with schizophrenia treated with olanzapine long-acting injection, occurrence rate of pediatrics out of 45,000 annual injection given to patient pediatrics generally recover about 72,000. The broad interaction of long-acting olanzapine potential for other drugs to affect 1A2 may increase clearance of olanzapine. Carbamazepine 200 mg VD causes approximately 50% increase in clearance of olanzapine as carbamazepine is 14% of 1A2. So higher daily doses of carbamazepine omeprazole family will increase clearance of olanzapine. 1A2 decreases clearance of olanzapine. Fluoxamine decreases clearance of olanzapine. Lower doses of olanzapine should be considered in patients receiving treatment for small decrease clearance of olanzapine, leading to minimal change in olanzapine steady-state concentration. So dose modification is not recommended in case of fluoxamine. Potential for olanzapine to affect other drugs. CNS-acting drugs. Caution should be made while using olanzapine and alcohol. Antihypertensive. Olanzapine may induce hypertension. Levodopa and dopamine agonist. Shubham et al. 2018 assessing the infrequent oral supplementation in overdose symptoms may be sedation, coma, delirium, along with dizziness, confusion or disorientation. Now we would like to end the presentation with conclusion of long-acting injectable Olanzapine. Effective in acutely ill and stable schizophrenia patient, robust early short and long-term efficacy, no requirement for oral supplementation, efficacy for both positive and negative symptoms, flexibility and 4-week dosing, no discontinuation with overload, very easy to inject. Polaris added adherence, increases adherence, reduces, enhances quality of life, reduces family burden, and increases doctor-patient contact. Thank you.
According to our studies, we should continue the treatment for indefinite period. 4 weeks we keep the injections around.
Can you use it with other antipsychotics?
Yes, sir. We can. It's similar to oral olanzapine. So we use anticholinergics for the management of periods. As in oral doses, as in oral complications, we manage the long-acting complications of long-acting disease.
And generally these long-acting injectable drugs, their action lasts for approximately 2 months. Therefore, the guideline is telling that if the patient is missing any dose, a single dose, you can wait up to hypothetical. Generally, with Olanzapine, it is not good to use any antipsychotic drug or any drug that can cause distracted depression. For example, because this Olanzapine has dibenzophenone, this shape in a molecule, and this shape is present in clozapine and benzodiazepine. Therefore, it is not good to combine Olanzapine with clozapine and benzodiazepine. It is also enough. Either this oral medication or this long. Very good question. this generally this medicine is released very slowly in our body. Therefore, it is not indicated in the acute phase of both schizophrenia and bipolar affective disorder. अर्को पनि एउटा फेरि कन्डिसन छ यो दबाई चलाउने बेलामा ओरल ओलेन्जापिन खाएको हुनुपर्छ, त्यसमा रिस्पोन्स आएको हुनुपर्छ, त्यसपछि मात्रै यु आर सपोज टु गो इन्टु इन्जेक्टेबल टाइप बिकज देयर इज वान भेरी सिभियर कम्प्लिकेसन इन दिस पेशेन्ट GDDM and sedation syndrome in this patient. Therefore, it is given in the patient who has very good response, fast history of response with oral olanzapine, and patient is not taking medicine because of different reasons, as already been mentioned in this slide.
Olanzapine in the left stage. Then what should we do? We should add oral one or we should give another dose of injectable in between the duration of 1 month.
We can give injectable. For that, we have to wait for a sufficient washout period of 2 weeks and then continue with injectable, and also injectable and oral cannot be given together.
My question is if the person on injectable is having an injectable Olanzapine regularly, but by the chance if the person relapses the condition, let's suppose we need to balance the over 10 mg, then what should we do? We should increase the dose, injectable dose in between the duration of 1 month, or we should wait for until next dose to increase the dose.
Okay, so yes, we can increase the dose.
Between the duration of
As
1 month.
regarding to oral dose, we increase. Similarly, we can increase the dose of injectable as well.
Thank you.
Maximum 40 mg equivalent dose of Olanzapine per day. It is not used. पहिला हामी फ्लू सिनारियो दिन्थ्यो, त्यो बेलामा we are using anti-coagulative drug. Dr. Kamal Bandari and Dr. Gita Pan. And for your accident presentation, that one majority of the thing, one more indication of this long-acting injectable is the choice of the patient. Okay, we are focusing more on non-adherence, but according to one study done in Western countries, we have found that almost 20 to 25% of the patients who are using long-acting injectable are taking this injection because of their own choice in the patient who has good insight.
Therefore, my Papa to say some views regarding this presentation.
सबैलाई नमस्कार। यदि कसैलाई हामी साइकियाट्रिस्टमा कसैलाई इन्जेक्टेबल लङ एक्टिङ ओलान्जापिन चलाउनु छ भने we go through today's presentation. I believe all the necessary details will find in that presentation. अनि बसन्त सरको क्वेसनमा जुन लङ एक्टिङ इन्जेक्टेबल कार्डियक पेसेन्ट र रिनल पेसेन्टमा जुन सोध्नुभएको थियो, यो नयाँ मोलिकुलर भएको कारणले गर्दा त्यति धेरै स्टडी भएको छ जस्तो लाग्दैन। So I believe it is too early to comment on that. यो लङ एक्टिङ एन्टिसाइकोटिकमा हाम्रो पहिलाको एक्सपिरियन्स भनेको we had experience with before injected and we had experience of using injection.
Better outcome. Olanzapine LA Lakeside. Olanzapine LA. Olanzapine LA is available in 3 different strengths: 210 mg, 300 mg, and 405 mg, in the form of convenience gauge. Presenting here the Olanzapine LA Lakeside. We call this thing as convenience because it has everything that is required for smooth, safe, and ensure proper administration. Olanzapine LA convenience kit contains Olanzapine compound for suspension in this vial. 1 more vial containing 3 ml of dilutants, 1 3 ml syringe. For your convenience, we have provided 3 19-page needles inside this kit. Olanzapine LA convenience kit is a world-class design with built-in tray seal and flat. Its special design provides an excellent cushion for vials and prevents them from damage. Part 2. Olanzapine LA dose determination. Olanzapine LA is approved for the treatment of seasonal pain in adults. It is important to establish tolerability with oral Olanzapine prior to initiating Olanzapine treatment. Recommended dosing for Olanzapine LA is based on correspondence to oral Olanzapine doses. If target oral dose is 10 mg per day, such patients can be switched to Olanzapine LA with two options, as 405 mg every 4 weeks or 210 mg every 2 weeks for initial 8 weeks. There are some general instructions related to Olanzapine LA administration. Like Olanzapine LA is intended for deep intramuscular glutathione only. Should not be administered intravenously or subcutaneously. Aspiration for 7 seconds. If any blood is aspirated, fresh blood should be prepared. Do not massage the injection site. Z-track technique. The Z-tracking technique involves following techniques. Using a non-dominant hand to hold the subcutaneous tissue 2 to 3 centimeters sideways, pierce the skin at 90 degrees with a dark line motion. Aspirate the blood. If it is done, slowly inject the medicine. Once all the medicine has been injected, withdraw the needle and release the skin to put the particle, locking the medicine. Part 5. Olanzapine eligible instructions. Standardization with oral Olanzapine. It is important to establish tolerability with oral Olanzapine for at least 4 weeks prior to initiating treatment with Olanzapine. Supplementation with oral Olanzapine. Oral Olanzapine supplementation is not required during usage of Olanzapine. However, if it is indicated that the total combined Olanzapine populations should not exceed the corresponding maximum total Olanzapine dosage of 20 mg per day. Switching from other oral antipsychotics, sufficient washout period to beginning before psychotic required to have received the last injection at least 2 weeks or 1 injection injected or in 4 weeks for respiratory anytime. Storage information. Store at a temperature not exceeding 30 degrees Celsius, protected from light and power. For any assistance, contact us on 1-800-121-5090 or mail us on freedom@torrentfund.com.
For our next presentation, VC Pokhara and Regional Poudel and close our first presentation. Thank you everyone for your patience.
It is a great honor to offer a vote of thanks on the behalf of Cordially Invites to the delegates. Very special thanks to Chairperson, speakers and participants for providing their valuable time for making this session as a grand success. Now I will request you all of you to proceed for dinner in the good night. Thank you.